put our Allen key in. Oh, fuck that. Hey guys, Alex here. Lately, we've had heaps of bikes coming in the shop where people have either fully stripped their threads out, cross-threaded their pedals. They've got pedals that are wicked tight, they can't get them undone. Just heaps of pedal issues lately. So today, simple video to give you some advice and tips and tricks on removing and reinstalling pedals on mountain bike, road bike, any bike at all. The exact same thing applies. So what we'll find is there's two different styles of pedals. There's pedals that will have a 15mm spanner flats on them, which people typically have a pedal spanner for, or they'll have no flats and they'll have an Allen key in the end to put them in and out. So depending on what kind of pedals you are taking off or putting on, you might need a few different tools. So you're either going to need a pedal spanner, something like this, which will fit onto the pedals, or an Allen key in the correct size, which will be either a 6 or an 8 for your pedals. So we'll start with removing the pedals. When we're talking about the orientation of which way they thread in and thread out, we talk about looking at the pedal from the outside of the bike. So we're looking at this one this way, so clockwise will be this direction here, and anti-clockwise will be this direction here. Whereas if we're doing the left-hand side, we'll do the exact same thing. This will be anti-clockwise, and this will be clockwise. On all bicycles, we have one pedal that's reverse threaded, which means when we're pedaling in a forwards direction, both the pedals are trying to tighten themselves, which will just stop any extra chances of the pedals coming loose. So on all bikes, what we need to keep in mind is the left-hand pedal here is reverse threaded, or it has a left-hand thread. So this pedal here, to take the pedal out, we need to go clockwise, and to put the pedal back in, we need to go anti-clockwise. And on the right-hand side, which we have a regular thread, this will be what we're more familiar with, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So with that in mind, let's get to it. These pedals here are a Shimano pedal, and they have an 8mm Allen key in the back. What really makes life easier is having a big Allen key with lots of leverage to get it off. If you've only got your small set of Allen keys like this, they might be okay, but what will really help you is if you get something to give you a bit more leverage and a bit more length on the tool. So you'll often be able to find something in your toolbox at home, like this pedal spanner we got here. We can actually pull the handle off and see it's a nice thick tube, and we can actually use this to gain a bit of extra leverage to get a pedal off, which will really help. So you might have to be creative and find something, but this will really help you if you've got a small little Allen key like this. But we're lucky, we got this. So we'll start with this right-hand one here. So this one is anti-clockwise to come off, looking at the pedal from the outside. So what we'll typically do is put the bike in a stand or lean the bike up against something nice and stable, or have someone hold the bike for you. We can get our Allen key, and what we should aim to do is bring the pedal towards the front, like this, and then we can put the Allen key in facing the opposite direction, find the slot like this, and now we need to push the Allen key down, which will anti-clockwise undo it. We do it this way because we can put our weight on it, and we're pushing into the ground, so it's nice and easy. So you have to figure out where's comfortable, but you have to maybe straddle the bike, something like this. We have to push and undo like that. You might just have to experiment with different techniques. Often, maybe being on the opposite side of the bike, being in here, I've got good access to undo it like that. So that's perfect. We can then just undo it all the way. Looking at the back of the pedal, we just need to reverse the orientation. So I'm just doing this up clockwise to undo it, looking at it from the back. So we can undo this until it comes out like that. Keep in mind, some pedals will use some cranks, I should say, require pedal washers. Typically SRAM cranks and, most non-Shimano cranks are designed to use these pedal washers. So if these washers are on there, make sure you take those off the pedals and fit those to your new pedals when you install them. Now doing this left-hand side, we're going to reverse the process. So we can bring the pedal to the front, get our Allen key. There we are. And then we find our comfortable position. So this one here, without the chainring, I've got good access to it right here. I can push down, and we'll push down and undo this one here. Again, we can undo it. Looking at it from that way, you'll be going anti-clockwise. It'll actually feel normal. And then again, take your pedal washer off. All right, time to reinstall your new set of pedals. First thing we need to identify is which pedal is left and which pedal is right. Because they have different threads, they will not go into the wrong crank arm. So we really need to get this right to start with. Different pedals will have different ways to find out. These Shimano Saint pedals have an R and an L in the part number on them. Most left pedals will have some sort of knurling or lines into the pedal. This is also left, see it's got this little groove in there. But otherwise, you'll have a look and you'll find that they'll have a letter, an L and an R listed somewhere. Otherwise, if you can't find it anywhere at all, you can actually look at the thread and consider which way you're going to go in. And if you're doing the right-hand pedal, you're going to be turning it clockwise. So you can look at the thread and judge which way it goes, basically. So on all pedals, we should put some fresh grease on. So I'll find my right-hand pedal, because we're doing the right-hand side. Right-hand pedal. Grease gun is good, but any grease is fine. We'll just put some grease on the thread, rub it in. For this crank, we need pedal washers, so this is where we'll install our pedal washer. I would always recommend we start the pedals by hand, just to make sure that we don't cross-thread them and we start on the right thread. So we'll start right-hand pedal, right-hand side. We're doing clockwise, so we're going to go clockwise to do it up. Once it's in a handful of threads, you're safe to get your Allen key, and then we can keep doing it up until it gets firm. And now we're ready to tighten it up. To tighten it up, we're going to do the reverse of what we did to undo it. So to undo it, we put the pedal at the front and we put the Allen key facing backwards, and we went down. We're going to put the pedal to the back side, put the Allen key in, and push down again, but go in the opposite direction. And now the pedal's on, ready to go. Now we'll do the other side. So we've only got one pedal left, but still, just double check, it says left. Don't forget the pedal washer. Put some grease on the thread. And again, we can start this one by hand. Left hand pedal, left hand thread. Got it in a handful of threads. Do it up till it's firm. We can bring this one to the back side again. Put our Allen key in. And then we're going to push down to the earth. You want to do up your pedals fairly tight. We don't want to be Superman and crank them up to be never coming off again, but we do want to put a fair bit of tension into them. So do them up nice and firm. Make sure you've got grease, because that will help remove them when the time comes. Now your new pedal's on, time to get out there for a shred. So let's go and do it, hey. Did you get that?
Yep.